and welcome to episode 27 of It's Bureau Clock with very, very special guest, Ray, Shining Cards and Collectibles. What's going on, Ray? Yes, you. Very, very, very special guest.
Biersky, what is going on? We have finally made it happen. This has been
Yes,
what, 3 times
months,
attempted? Well,
months in the
months,
making.
but 3 times that we've actually attempted this. We've
Yeah,
had, multiple call-offs, setbacks, some
sicknesses.
issues, which is
Yeah,
called setbacks. There's just setbacks,
yeah.
right? Uh,
Just a setback.
but it's finally good to sit down with what has become one of my very favorite people in the hobby. Biersky, thank you for having me on. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Ray.
It's an honor to be here.
Hey, man, it's great hearing that coming out of your mouth. I appreciate you being here. To everyone watching, thank you for being here. It's been a month hiatus on the It's Bureau Clock podcast between Chicago, and then I came home and was sick for a good week and a half. And just the way things panned out, I'm doing 2 episodes this week. Obviously, today is with my main man, Ray, Shining Cards and Collectibles. And then Thursday will be with number 1 modern game, Drew. So hope you guys can make that one as well. I've been very busy this week between streaming. I streamed for Ray on Sunday. I did a video recording. Monday last night with Java. And then I did streaming this morning for Ray again, and now I'm live. And then Thursday I'll be live again. So it's been a very busy week for me, but I'm excited about it. Lots of stuff happened in the hobby. How are you feeling about the hobby, Ray? What's going on? Like, how do you feel about everything? Because I know shit's going crazy right now.
It really sucks that, like, I've been trying to think of every time I use the word bubble, like, that's not the word that I actually mean to use in this situation because everyone thinks bubble and automatically, oh my God, we're in a bubble. It's terrible. So I've switched now to trying to use the word, it's simmering up. It is crazy to finally feel what some longtime, I guess, experts, YouTubers, whatever you want to call them, you hear what they say, like the Scott Pratts of the world, where he says like, "I've done this so many times, you can almost just feel it. You almost have like a an understanding of what's happening when you've been through it so many times." Now I can say I've been doing this long enough. It's kind of really interesting to see the market turning again, and it's also weird because Biersky, you and I know we and you have probably discussed this. I mean, we have our private communications between each other, and it's just really crazy to be able to almost call it and feel the market slowly rise with what is now becoming some really, really great Scarlet and Violet sets coming out,
Yeah.
specifically in the TCG. That's not even to get into like the TCG Pocket that came out too, and I don't think it's quite the revelation that like Pokemon Go was, but it just brings more eyes on Pokemon, like,
Yes, it does.
and the TCG in general. The more eyes, bigger everything gets. But talk about some really, really sweet sets that just released as well as coming up. I mean, you've got to experience them. I haven't.
Yeah.
You got to experience Paradise Dragona,
Fun
Super
set
Electric
to open.
Electric Breaker. I mean, I guess Dan's been running that, huh? Not you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
So
haven't
you
been
didn't get to
running that.
experience. At least I've got to witness it, watching Dan a little bit. I purposely watched a few of his streams just to kind of get a feel for it. It's clearly an amazing set, Super Electric
Yeah.
Breaker, which is why Surging
That
Spark,
is until the next set comes out.
yeah, but that's the point, is which is why Surging Sparks is doing so well right now, and then
Yeah.
we're just going to get hit over the face with the next 6 to 8 months of just set after set that's just going to pound um, people's wallets into submission.
Yeah. I was
It's really what's going to do it.
when I was talking with Java last night, I was saying like it feels like the Scarlet and Violet block is finally starting now. We went through the beginning fluff like we did with Sword and Shield, the beginning fluff, and now we're starting to get into the meat, and it's turning at a Pikachu. Like literally, it's turning at a Pikachu set. It
Yeah.
happened last time with Vivid Voltage. It turned. That's when the market got hot. It's getting hot again now. I'm excited to see where it is going. I was said to him last night, like, I'm very happy that I'm not fresh new in the hobby right now and seeing all the FOMO that's going on. Even today, they released booster bundles on Pokemon Center. They were up for an hour and a half, if that, and then they're gone. Like, all
Get
gone
them.
again.
Get them.
Poof, poof,
Get them
gone.
right now.
Yeah, I mean, I got my 6 boxes of Pokemon Center ATBs. Nothing really.
If surging sparks can essentially sell out and hit the MSRP, what are we thinking is going to happen with the EV set?
Yeah, I think the Eevee set. I mean, between that, the promo, and how beautiful the promo looks. I don't know. Have you seen some of those? I mean, you've seen the arts, correct? The leaks. Um,
It's incredible.
Dude, like, that Leafeon is just disgustingly beautiful. I love that card. I think the Umbreon slaps, they all look very, very cool. Stained glass Glaceon, like, they just look awesome. So, very excited to see where that set goes moving forward. I know Retro has them up. They're, I think, the most expensive booster box like cases that he's had in a while. And
As
they
they should
just,
be.
yeah, and they just popped. So, ooh, that sounded wonderful. What, pray tell, do you have over there? Oh man,
There ain't no laws when there's claws.
I love it. So
Cheers.
yeah, cheers, my man. Hold on, let me get mine. Oh God, that's a
Oh,
good sound. Cheers, buddy. We got a nice fest beer. Killing the rest of Halloween. We're into Christmas season. I don't know what Thanksgiving is. It doesn't count anymore. But it's just Christmas time. Very excited for it. So yeah, Pokemon's going mad, dude. I don't know. I feel like we're in a spot where um, you're going to see a lot of money move in a lot of different directions. And it's going to be really, really good for some people. And I feel like some people are really going to have a hard time with all of this. You know what's happening already. Like, people are putting all this stuff on cards that they don't have. Like, it's scary to see, because this stuff just disappeared off of Pokemon Center so quick. Like, Surging Sparks booster boxes are gone off of Pokemon Center. It's insanity.
that is not a good sign for stock. If Pokemon
No.
Center is gone first, when it's usually the last, in terms of the MSRP price point, how is it? A little skunky?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh no.
Oh no?
Everyone saw me. No. There's something up with that. Ooh.
No bueno?
Wow. No bueno.
Do you need to grab another one? Do you want to?
I think I might have to go grab another one. Just give me 1 second. That was really
Anything you want
terrible.
me to? Anything you want me to discuss with the audience while you leave? How long? How long we
I
have?
don't know. We got Chex Collects in here. What's going on, Chex? And
Hello,
we also
Chex.
have Giovanni's Pikachu. Can we do a poll? We absolutely can do a poll. What kind of poll are you looking to do? I don't know, Ray. Just touch on or maybe start touching on your Collecticon experience a little bit. I'm gonna literally be 2 minutes, not even. Just gonna.
How about I just say, everyone, if you haven't followed us on Whatnot, go on over to Whatnot. Go to Shining Cards and Collectibles. We have Beerski running multiple days a week now. We have Larry Fuji-san Card Shop running multiple days a week now. We also have my brother Bonanza Dan running under the Shining Cards and Collectibles umbrella. We just passed 11,000 followers. We're closing in 11,500 already. Really appreciate all the support that we've gotten, both from the community, from Whatnot, and from everyone who's a follower. It's been kind of a crazy journey so far. We still have a lot of room to go and grow, and we're looking forward to just keeping the train moving. I really just appreciate. Oh, you're back already. Really appreciate all the hard work that Bierski, Dan, and Larry have put into the stream. Thank you guys. Go give us a follow over on Whatnot, and that will be the plug going into the next segue. Go ahead, Bierski. Take it away.
Okay, yes. Please follow Shining Cards and Collectibles on Whatnot. We run streams on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, which streams sometimes on Thursdays, depending. And sometimes extra times are picked up for extra days. That was the most foul tasting beer I've ever had in my mouth. There,
Sorry,
there
brother.
was something definitely wrong with it. I just burped it up again, and it is really gross. Wow. Oof.
Sorry,
That's
buddy.
rough. That's all right. All right. So how was Chicago Collecticon, Ray?
First,
How?
the other
Or, I
one
mean, that's
thing we have to
Chicago.
say.
Houston Collecticon.
The other thing we have to say really quick is happy voter day, election day to everybody who's watching this stream, who watches it in the future. Kind of interesting. Me and you were having this conversation on a pretty historical day, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
sure you voted today, correct? You sent your sticker over.
Mm-hmm.
I got done voting around 6:30. Um, hope everyone is having a great election day. Do we say that like
Yeah. I don't
great
know. It
happy
might be
election day?
something you say.
But there's a chance we get a new president during this discussion. So, um,
Yeah.
well,
Polls
we will
polls
be
are
getting a new
closed.
president, right?
Yeah,
It's
we
going
are.
to be a new
It's
president.
regardless. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's regardless. It's going to happen. Polls are closed in New Jersey right now, 8 p.m. So
yeah.
that's done.
It was
So we'll see.
7 in Florida.
Yep.
So we're
Decision 2024. It's
oh my
happening right
god.
now. Bum bum. That's it, man.
All right, go on. What's the question?
So how was Houston?
Houston,
Talk Houston.
Houston. What are we diving into first? Houston, in terms of homie hangout, like I would say it was chill and fun. Um, it was not the typical ragtag bunch of people that I would see at every single show. However, it was a hell of a bunch of people that who were at Houston. Larry, Connor. I'll try to just name the sections because I always try to name the sections whenever I do a YouTube video about this. It was Thrifty, and we had Randolph in our section, Randolph Pokemon. I didn't know the other guys in the section, so pardon me, guys, if you're seeing this. I never really got formally introduced to you, and quite frankly, I was really busy and didn't really get a chance to introduce myself, so I apologize for that. In the other section, we had the House family, TCG House. Go ahead and follow them on Whatnot. Great people. Jake and I won't say her name. JLJ, uh, Cal's Cards, Rainbow Jim, if you know Rainbow Jim, and some others who I don't know. I think Trackstar AS was in there as well, but a
Oh,
few others
Trackstar's
that,
awesome. Yeah. Shout out
yeah,
Aaron.
yep, a few others that I don't just know and speak to on a regular basis, but we have become familiar with. If you've been in a section within our Discord, then you probably know some of these people. We tend to stick together. What do we have, like 300 in that Discord now?
There's a lot.
So homie hangouts was just great. It wasn't wouldn't say there was any kind of extreme partying. I don't, no beer ski at Chicago levels, but just some good hanging out. We had a private Whatnot event on Saturday night that most of us were able to go to.
Nice.
That was pretty good. Got to do a little bit of networking. I got to talk to the rep, pick his brain on some things, try to expand the brand, if you will. Did trade night. Trade night, it was really tightly packed. Both rooms were tightly packed for the private event as well as for the trade night. And yeah,
Could you smell the picture? Like if you took a picture of it, could you smell it? Like was it rough in there or was it all right? Because I know Charlotte was rough.
luckily, that wasn't really bad. It's just there wasn't a lot of room to move around and do some like trading. I seen a lot of people discussing things back and forth, but it wasn't. There was a lot of hanging out. The interesting part was the voice actor of Ash, or actress of Ash, as well as actor of Brock were hanging out. So that was cool that they were just kind of
Oh,
walking
that's
around.
cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting to be sitting there like we were just talking like Larry or like Banana was in there with us, and all of a sudden you hear like the voice of Ash behind you, like because she talks like it no matter what, and you're like,
Yeah,
the hell's Ash doing in here? Like,
that's awesome.
just turn around and say, oh, okay, so Sarah's there, cool. But it's not like I'm not gonna go bother her or whatever. I'm sure she got done talking to a lot of people today, but it's just cool that they had them there hanging out at the actual like official trade night.
Yeah. Can you
But
sign my bar napkin, please?
yeah, exactly.
Like,
But other
we,
than that,
we,
like, what were you saying? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, I'm sorry. We have Drew, number one mod in the game in the house. What's going on, Drew? Saying hi, Beerski. Hi, Shiny Cards and Collectibles. And we got Namp90 in here as well. What's going on, Namp? How's it going, everyone? Thanks for
So
being here.
Houston, I love Houston as a city to go to for Collecticon. It's relatively easy, safe. The convention hall is really nice. It's a really nice place to have a show, in my opinion. and I gotta say that shit was packed. It was packed to the point where I'm pretty used to it by now. What's up, Pogo Chef? I'm pretty used to it by now, where me walking around
Jeff.
and seeing the crowds. But dude, Bierski, like we're talking like at some points, like Addison, walking around where it was like jam packed. It was
Yeah.
like I couldn't walk anywhere. Like there was a little
Really?
anxiety inducing. Yeah, man. Especially towards the front.
Well, you might
Um,
get to experience that twice this year if you're lucky enough. Because we're going to be back in Jersey 2 times. We got to touch on that as well.
yeah.
That got released as a teaser in Houston. So, yeah,
It
crazy stuff. But continue. I'm sorry,
it
cutting you off.
was Jersey packed, Poker Chef, if you want the answer, but more specifically to the front. Jersey was packed, I think, because the hall was weirdly shaped. Like it had that like L shape to it that forced people to go to the center. So it was like a forced uh I don't know, forced, everyone pitting together almost like in a mosh pit right at the start there. Whereas this everything was super spread out the whole day, but it was still jam packed. It was kind of
Yeah,
nuts. Um I know all the sections had a great day of selling. I know that was awesome. And I know the vendors had a great day of selling too. Why? Because that's my job when I was there. My full focus was I was buying. I was trying to buy 4 shiny cards of collectibles while I was there for the stream, and it was flipping tough. Um, Vendors were not wanting to come down on the prices. They you can smell that Pokemon in general is rising, and everyone pretty much told me to go pound sand if I was trying to negotiate with them at all. I was able to work some deals, but it it wasn't as I don't want to say easy as it used to be. Um, I'm not going to say it was easy as I thought either, because I don't take that for granted. I think the guys who do a lot of sourcing at those events, some of the bigger streamers who we know, Bierski, I think they have to work out for them whenever they go there. But
yeah,
I never would have been never anticipated to be turned down at 85 and 90% offers. Which is, I'm
yeah.
sorry guys,
Right.
everyone watching this right now, I'm sorry, but like past if you're doing that, just buy off eBay. I mean, there was a few times where I'd show people a phone and try to comp something, and like they had priced their cards $20 over eBay. And I'm like, listen, I'm not even trying to beat you up on price, but you're 20, I can buy this right now for $20 less on eBay. We're not even trying to negotiate under what would be market, right?
Yeah,
Like
right.
help me out a little bit. Like I'll buy a lot of stuff from you, but it was kind of that silly at times. I mean, Bubble Mew was I was looking I couldn't find any Japanese Bubble Mews. And I found one. It was finding finally $95 and it was $70 on eBay. And I'm like, bro, I can buy this. Like, come down off your price. And no, but no. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'll just go buy it off of eBay. Then at that point, it's not even worth negotiating. Like,
Yeah.
I had just Chef and I had a horrible experience with one of the vendors in Chicago, where the guy just like it was almost nonverbal communication too, where he was just grunting, stuffing food in his face, and then Chef was like, "Well, what's the best you can do?" And he literally just pointed at the sticker and didn't say anything else, and it was just like wild. The dude was probably the rudest person I've ever met in Pokemon, just for like no reason too. It was early, it was a VIP hour, like we were walking around just trying to make some deals before stuff was going off, and um, I know you said to me that you feel like the sellers are optimized now, and I kind of feel where you're coming from with that. Uh, but that's a problem for buyers. If you become too optimized and there's no wiggle room, then what's happening? Like, so it's becoming tougher.
Well, it's that transitionary period, right? I mean, prices are rising. So everyone wants to hit that lick and try to catch it on the way up. And I agree. Someone comes up to my table and offers me 85% for everything. So I said to the dude, I said, I will take all of your stuff here at, I told him at the time, 75%, which once again, I feel like that's extreme. If I'm taking your whole table, and he had a full ass case of cards, it would have been several $1,000s. I said, I'll take everything at 75,000 or 75%. He told me no, he already had an offer at 85%. I said, why didn't you take it?
Yeah.
I said, if the first person offers me 85% of my table, it's all gone. I get to go party.
Yeah. Well, if you
Like,
don't sell it there, what do you do? Sell it on eBay for 85%.
yeah.
Like that's what you're doing. Or 80% on lower price cards. Like you're gonna get beat up on shipping.
But by the way, I'm reasonable too. Like, I don't think 75% should be utility number for everything, right? Like if you have a card or 4 cards or 5 cards in your case that you're like, you know what, let me get 80% on this one and we'll do the rest of 75%. Cool. We've now negotiated, we'll offer something. But that most people just tell me no.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, if like you're not even going to try to move at all on anything, then as the
What's
great
in the next?
um, Catch 'em all collectibles once said, buy or buy. I mean, I just go on to the next.
That's it. That's all you can
Yeah.
do. I mean, you could sit there and him and haw about it, but they're not going to change their minds. And then what's the point? Like you're not gaining anything from it. So
There's
what
there's
what did
certain things there's certain things you have to look at and say, you know what, I'm seeing what's going on and I can read the market and I should probably pay up that 85 to 90% range. At least you could say I'm getting 10% off, which is a friggin' joke anyhow. Like, I mean, I don't even know if that's necessarily smart because the advantage that you do have is that you can see the cards in front of you, right? Like you
yeah,
can basically scan all your cards and see if you want to send anything for grading, right? But that's not what my goal necessarily was. Like I just needed a whole bunch of inventory to be able to, to move relatively quick. I wasn't trying to go just get a whole bunch of $300 alt arts to flip for $150 once they turned into a PSA 10. I
yeah.
needed a wide range of cards to sell. It wasn't just the high end. I mean, if I was buying a whole bunch of Charizard SIRs, maybe it's worth it to pay up for all of them right now.
What did you end up hunting down, tracking? Like what were your big purchases while you were there? I mean, I know we've talked about it a little bit, but if there's anything you're willing to share to the masses, like what were you targeting? What surprises did you see? Anything interesting happening in the floor
So
on the
so
floor?
I'll say our targets, like as Shining Cards and Collectible here, as Bierski collects workings with SEC. We know what some of our drawbacks are right now on the stream, which is we just didn't have a lot of English.
Yeah,
So my first stop there is like, hey, you know what? Let's try to get just as much as English as possible with a wide range of cards. With English, we needed anything from 50 cent to $1 cards all the way up to 15. So I'm just trying to max out as much as I can in that range. I think that's a great range for whatnot anyhow. Past that, specialty cards that I was looking for, I'm the kind of guy that I mean, I probably should have got a few more of these at the time and I would have. I did see several in cases, but I'm the guy that will grab 10 of the same card because I just like them, right? I saw quite a few of these
YouTube's
raw sitting in cases. I didn't buy any because I was like, I can't do that yet because that's more like PC, maybe a little bit of holding, but I was staying away from 151 in general right now because not going to say that it's not worth it or anything like that, but it is on the rise, and I don't wanna get caught with it going up, and I felt like with some of the prices that were there, it was a little silly. So I kinda tended to stay away from that, although I did pick up a Charizard because I traded in multiple alt arts that were completely OC to get an SIR Charizard just to have that more liquid card, in inventory.
Yeah. What was the trade-in value for that? Because I saw the damaged Charizard on eBay for $150.
Yeah, I
Like
think I got it at, like,
damaged SIR was
I wanna
ridiculous.
say because it was trade, it was vendor to vendor.
Mm,
I had just bought this dude bought, like, I don't know, probably 2 to 300 cards off this dude at, between 40 and a 40 cents to up to, like, 68 cents a pop, and I bought a lot of just little singles.
nice.
And then I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna go back to him. Let's do a trade." I wanted to give him a little bit of value too and just keep that churn going between us just in case there's something else I saw that he may have picked
Yeah.
up for the weekend and, just keep a friendly environment between us. So I went and grabbed some alt arts that I had that I knew he probably would want in his case and just grabbed one of his Charizards. He got more value out of that in terms of actual, sales
Cards,
value. But
but you got liquidity.
I got the liquid card and
Hmm.
he won a little bit on the value, but it's fine because I mean, I got a shit ton of singles from him for very cheap. So
Yeah. So it was,
I was letting I'm a let everyone win type person, man.
everyone's got to
And if
eat.
someone if he works with me and if I knew if I remember what his name was, whatever, I go right back to him again at the next Collecticon, and it's and work some more, right? That I'm very much a fair person when it comes to that kind of stuff. I recognize when you help me. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. We got Java Akuma in the house. What's up, Java? It was a pleasure filming with you last night. Had a good time. Check out his channel for the newest episode released this afternoon. It's like 11, 12 minutes long. Cool little short form content. Definitely fun. E-Unit's in the house. Hami is boobing so hard, I bet Ray will get a second shelf behind him soon.
if I can keep the stuff on the shelves.
Oh man, I love that. Best response ever, Ray. It was Jersey packed. See, I think some people are overpricing cards than cutting the deals. Yeah, but that only works for people who don't know what they're looking at. Like that's for so I feel like Collecticon has turned from a show where you can go there as a normal consumer into I feel like it's literally a sourcing convention for streamers and flippers now. Like I feel like that's the biggest thing. You get the people that walk around and do the one off buys and stuff, but um it definitely lost the small small feel. Like it's not a small convention; it's a massive convention now.
It's huge.
It's huge, and I kind of feel like we lost. Like I like local shows for that reason. Like small interactive customers, it's good. But now I feel like literally like you're going there if you're a streamer or a flipper looking for licks, trying to pick stuff up to keep moving product. And I kind of feel like it's pushing out the small guys. Like you see the people like cosplaying and stuff, but like most of the deals that are going on are vendor to vendor or store to store or whatever's going on there. It's pretty wild to see. Like, I mean, I know like a lot of stuff I purchased when I was in Chicago, it was literally like homies just buying from the homies, and the
Yeah,
homies were happy to sell it at whatever price. And it literally was just vendor to vendor sales. Like it's not end consumer sales at all. I don't think of these collecticons. Very rarely is that happening.
and I actually tried to avoid that in a sense. There was a few binders that I hit up first, like, and this time I went to Rainbow Gym first. Me and Rainbow Gym's awesome. Um, if anybody doesn't know who Rainbow Gym is, you probably should. I don't want to like dox
Get
Rainbow or
learned,
anything.
people.
Yeah, get learned. Just the next time that you're at a show, you can catch up and see Rainbow Gym. You should check out what Rainbow has because it's usually kind of nuts. I was able to hold the Legendary Collection box that was brought, and
What?
yeah, it
You
was
didn't say this. This wasn't mentioned.
yeah. Well, I
Did
mean,
you go weak in the knees? Because I would have.
I was there. She brought it over, and I was holding it, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah. It was sold to
love
another
those
vendor.
firework patterns. That's awesome. Vendor to
Yeah,
vendor. Look at that.
yeah. That was. I don't want to say anything about the sale of it or whatever. It's none of my business.
No, no, no. Please
I'll
don't.
just. It was that was all pre-done before even coming to America. Um, it's just so interesting to always run through that binder that is brought, and I was able to. I made it at a point this time because I'm not usually the type. I don't know if this is bad or not, but like I stay away from the homies binders at first because I want them to hit the licks at the beginning. I'm not saying that I wouldn't buy some. If I see some stuff and I make an offer, cool. But like, I don't want to go up to the homies and be like, yo, 70, 75%. Like, I'd rather much do that to them on Sunday and say, hey, what didn't you sell that you weren't happy about? Let me see if I can take it off you, and then we can work out a deal. Uh, but Saturday, it's very much make your money because you're gonna have that's when you're gonna have the randoms come in and paying you full price on some stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but in that case, I did go to her binder first. I did pull out a whole bunch of stuff, and I made sure to attack that first because it was pulled away from me at card party, and it wasn't going to happen again. I hit a lot of e-reader cards,
Hot.
a lot.
I love hearing that.
It's no,
E-readers are
there's
so
no
nice.
no hollows
That's
because
fine.
I'm sure she's not silly enough to sell those raw, but just a lot of nice rares, nice Pokemon at great prices.
That's great.
Um,
That's what you
yeah,
love. You love hearing that.
yeah.
Uh,
But yeah,
yeah.
to jump on your point, we talked about this a little bit over the weekend. You're kind of asking how it was going. Chat, that's the way I can say it. Is it does feel like Collecticon is just 80 sections now of actual stores from across America, which is good. It's not necessarily a bad thing because a lot of the shit that you get now is, you know what? I don't need to sell out at 85% because I'll just take this back to the store and put this on TCG Player or whatever. You're not getting the singular collector anymore who may just have a nicely optimized binder that you can buy out. There's a lot of just full stores there.
Isn't that just like a silly way to approach going to a show in person though? When the allure is cash. If you're gonna go there with that mindset, why not just sell on eBay and TCG Player for 85%? You know what I mean? Like, what's the? I don't see the allure unless you're really just selling, and you were like the only person there that's selling to non-vendors and getting 100%, 100% for stuff, market for stuff. I just don't see like there's got
I
to be wiggle room. If there's no wiggle room, what's the point? Like you're just wasting your time. You're wasting the consumer's time. And I
I had
get it.
cash
Like
too.
obviously, please don't sell if you don't want to sell. That's fine. But like,
Yeah.
what's the point if you have no wiggle room at all? You're not going to make any sales.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, I
that's no wiggle room is for eBay. When you just put a buy it now, boom, that's it. No offers. That's what you do. And then you let people text you, and then you sell the card for full price in 3 days. Like that's what's the point?
want to be clear, I had cash too. So when I was saying,
Huh?
hey, I want to be clear, I had cash too. So when I would go up to the table, be like, hey, this is 85%, cash. So to your point of, it's not, running through any kind of digital platform. People usually are a little bit more easier to work with when cash is involved for obvious
I wonder
reasons.
why that is.
But
What is the reasoning
not
for
in this
that?
case.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
crazy.
Uh, I want to be clear about one more thing. This isn't just me saying this. This is me discussing it with other top end sourcers who I know and trust, who I spoke to at the event, who were basically like, this bitch was hard to go source at. Even they had trouble. So
Okay.
it wasn't just me being some stingy punk who wasn't willing to pay up. No, this was coming from people who I, have looked up to and who are sourcing monsters.
Yeah.
So, yeah, usually you see them walking out with like 6 or 7 binders at a time.
No, it
Hey,
wasn't
I
happening.
never once saw them with a binder.
Yeah, I don't know. It's also I feel like the streaming's getting big. There's a lot of people entering streams and streaming. So there's a lot of eyes walking around looking for the same stuff you're looking for now. I kind of feel like it has switched from graded to streaming. Like everyone 2 years ago, like you saw that there was a switch where it was like graded cards, binder cards, buyouts for raw, streaming's happening bigger now. Like everyone's hopping into it. So I feel like when we were all talking about, oh, Raw is doing so much better. Raw is doing so much better. Raw was doing so much better in my mind because streaming. Like there was
Yeah, of
just like
course.
that was it. Like people were buying for streaming. That's why Raw was killing it so much because you're not getting super crazy returns on graded cards, I don't think, on these platforms as much as you are with the raw cards. So that was the switch. Like that was like someone went like that. It was like streaming. And I remember like saying like, oh, like yeah, graded cards. And it was like, no, but it's raw now. And it happened so fast.
And which is silly because I would say, well, I shouldn't say it's silly. It's not surprising, is what I want to say, because people are going to follow the path of least resistance. If they
Yeah.
see that that's the easy way to make money right now, they're going to follow that path. And really, although I haven't been doing as well as good of a job with keeping up on it, you should really just have a hybrid approach to everything. Be sending grading, have your raw, have your sealed, have your packs, have a nice mix of everything to offer to all potential customers, rather than just
Yeah.
being stuck. That's been a little bit of our issue with Shiny Cards and Collectibles because I didn't have the singles backlog all of a sudden, for whatnot. So I was just getting whatever singles I possibly could because one, you're going to go through them like a metric shit ton. Anyhow, you can go through 200 singles in a show, and we're
Yeah.
small. Some people are going through 1,000 singles a show easily.
Holding it in their hand and literally just going like this and handing it to the person who's packaging it. It's wild to watch those bigger streams and how they do it all. Like the guy doesn't click, he doesn't do anything, I don't think, except
No.
hold the cards and talk. Like it's an amazing thing to watch, like a one of those bigger streams actually run. Yeah, he definitely did have a man bun, chef. And he was stuffing a granola bar into his face. And I really hope I never see that person again at a show. Because I was not like, that was the first time I was actually like, I don't even want to say offended, but like, don't be a jerk. And the dude was just a jerk. I'll sell all day at 85%. Yeah, so will Ray, so will I, so will everyone. Big fan of that. Let's see. People were stingy with selling at 75 to 85%. They were. We got Brad G cards in the house. What is up, Brad G? Happy to see you. Let's see. I love our airport story so much now. I actually think we need an airport story live between Brad and Chef to get down to the bottom of what happened in the airport. Never enough English for streams. Bingo. Let's see. Rainbow Jim's the absolute best. I got the cleanest cards from Rainbow as well. Yeah, I hear that she has some pretty crazy clean cards. We need a Biersky or Wonder treatment for Rainbow Jim. Yeah, I feel like I feel like Wonder has a better shot of nailing Rainbow Jim down than I do. Yeah, so it's not just us, Biersky. Everyone buying more than just a card here and card there are streamers at Collecticon. And there you go. So that's the bottom of the chat for now. So yeah, I don't know. How was the homing time at Collecticon?
It was good. It, like I said earlier, it wasn't over the top partying or anything. It was just nice chill time. It
I
was
saw you
mostly
guys
me
got
and Larry.
ramen. Did
I
you
did
guys
not
get
get.
ramen?
I did not personally get any ramen. I believe that was Larry and Brian, and I'm a little bit upset with that.
Oh,
No, I did not.
oh,
I wish I was able to indulge in the ramen. I did not. Honestly, dude, no joke. In terms of the actual shows, I did not stop walking with a backpack and constantly was just on the look for more cards. I would make little pit stops back to the section, unload some of the raw that I was able to get, just go right back at it again because I had my carry on there and I just didn't stop. The longest I stopped was for the Aoki show because everyone like there's no negotiating in the middle of like
yeah,
any of the concerts. It's just a pain in the ass. So I gave that like a 2020. And even then I went and grabbed some like sandwiches to eat. Um, Gave myself about 20-25 minute rest and then I was just hitting the pavement again. I did not stop.
yeah,
I definitely hit. I can say that I hit every table at the show. There's no doubt. Whether or not that I actually purchased something from every table, no, I did not. But I definitely looked at every table and what they had to offer. Some of them were fast looks because I'm sorry, if you have just cases full of slabs, I don't give a shit. I don't want to buy slabs. Though I
yeah.
did buy all. I lied. I did buy one.
What did you buy?
I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should say it because
Why? Why? Yeah, oh, I did. I don't buy slabs, but I bought one. I'm not gonna say anything though. What is that?
well, because like I feel like it's giving away a play. You know, one of those things.
Oh, okay, all right. Then I appreciate you not throwing that out there right now.
I already threw out Rainbow's name and having super cards on the
He's just
channel.
throwing little breadcrumbs at everyone right now, like sprinkling them about.
I'll just say it this way. How about this? Much better. I'll tell you what the card is after the stream. But like
Yeah.
sometimes it's really nice to look at slabs that are graded PSA 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are priced incredibly under the raw value of a card.
Oh, I got you. I got you. Yep.
And there's so many cards that could be like that. So if there's anything that you may take from what I'm saying to you right now, always be on the lookout for those deals that you may find in a slabbed variant of a card.
That's good. We got Drew Tini in the house. What's up, Drew Tini? Spill it. He is not gonna spill that. Definitely not happening. So, all right. Well, I'm glad that
I can give you the relative values. I got a card that's like 45, $50 for $20 because it was in a low grade PSA slab.
that's a score. That's a win and a half right there. Yep. Dratini, I crack mid-era EXs all the time because of that. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a play. If you know what you're looking at, you know price points, it's 100% a play to be making that. But you do need to be kind of intimate with the pricing of these cards and their raw prices.
It's definitely one of those cards, Beerski, that you're gonna be like, oh shit, of course. Like, yes, you buy it. It's one of those cards that's just so. I'll put it in the private chat. You're gonna laugh and go, yeah. Like, it's one of those cards that it's just like, like it's an instant sale
no
raw.
fucking way.
Yeah. I mean, it's anything crazy. There's a ton of them out there, but dude, it's just I bought money and exchanged it.
That's freaking great. I wasn't expecting that card at all. That's good. What's up, Grimer? Happy to have you in here. What's up, Fat Belly? Happy to see you here, buddy. I've been doing that. Yep. See, it's a thing. Speaking of Grimer, so Grimer and I have been talking back and forth about HomieCon. So the Collecticon schedules have released. It's absolutely bananas what's going on Collecticon wise in 2025. There's 2 Atlanta shows, there's 2 New Jersey shows, there's 2 Chicago shows. There's a show in Fort Lauderdale, there's a show in Orlando. Kansas City still is on the docket. Richmond's still on the docket. I think we have Los Angeles this year as the only California show. Worlds is in California. It's in Anaheim this year. So it's crazy with how like all this stuff is going down. So we're definitely excited about a couple of us talk about getting together. And instead of going to like a Collecticon, just renting out a big house, a huge Airbnb, and hanging out with each other for a long weekend, Thursday through Sunday, and just chilling that way. Bring your cards. We could do a little, yeah, dude, Grimer found a juicy spot in Colorado. I know that a lot of people were talking about doing it in North Carolina, but I feel like I'll be in North Carolina for a vacation this summer. I'm going to North Carolina in January to go see Chef. I'm going to North Carolina to go to Charlotte this summer. So like I'm going to North Carolina a lot this year. So again, it's not just about me, like if that's where we end up going, but I feel like Colorado kind of maybe pull some more people to come. So it's interesting. It's something that now we have a schedule we can actually look at and kind of, oh, excuse me. That beer that I had before is still backing up on me. That one sip. Hey, Ray, if you need to go, put your kid down. I got this for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So take your time. So yeah, HomieCon's awesome. Really looking forward to oh snap, yeah, Link. Absolutely, Fat Belly. It should be an interesting time. I want to get like a call together with a couple people so we can kind of iron this out, figure it out, and start getting the wheels turning on that, because I think the sooner we get that locked in, the better chances we have of getting that filled up and having people there. Yeah, so pumped about that. Just a lot of cool things coming up in 2025. Obviously, I am going to be doing Beerski-A-Palooza. It's going to be Beerski-A-Palooza 2, Electric Boogaloo. Same thing. It's River, Beer, and Pokemon, guys. Like that's what it's about. Gonna do the tournament again, I guess at my house again. As much as I want to do it somewhere closer, I feel like I just need more turnout. And it was nice having the intimate setting last year. So I think that we're gonna kind of rock it at my place again. Just stay Thursday and Friday. Yeah, loaded summer schedule, dude. It's absolutely bananas. I wish I had it up right now. I don't even think, did they put it? Collecticon. Let's see if they added the dates yet. They did not add the date yet. Let's see. Their Instagram maybe have the dates up. Let's see. Wow, no, they do not have the dates up. So yeah, I'll have to get the dates and figure out what's going on. Oh man, Chef's saying it. Hold on. I bought an 8.5 CGC Pika Master Ball for 110, cracked it, and sold it at my table for 200 an hour later. That's one way to do it. That's the spirit. Okay, I done y'all. Sorry, Drutunia. Let's see. Love your house. Love that restaurant and the pastrami place. Got to do all three again. Yeah. So Oak was awesome. Had a great time there. Lincoln with Captain Weedle and Tampa Card Party. So I definitely want to make a show in Florida this year too. Ray's down there. Bonanza Dan Ray's brother is down there. Definitely like to hang out with Shiny Cards Collectibles for a time. I don't know if Card Party is going to be the deal, or if it's going to be a Collecticon show, but I would like to make a card party. It's just so hard now. There's so many dates and so many places and so many things to do now. I got to really like sit down and figure out where I'm putting my money and where I'm going with things. So, yeah, Seattle Card Party, Jodo Jake. Welcome in, by the way. That's the one I wanted to go to.
That's the one to do. That's the one to do.
Yeah, in October. It's going to be beautiful there. Like, I really want to go there. I want to go to Worlds as well. I don't know if Anaheim Worlds is the Worlds I want to go to, but I feel like I want to get to one sooner than later. So I don't know. What shows are you trying to get to this year, Ray?
I just finished Houston. I got to sit down. I have no clue. The answer probably should be all of them in some capacity, right? Like if we're going to continue this streaming journey, whether it's me, whether it's you, whether it's Dan, whether it's Larry going, one of us should be there in some capacity every single show. Is that actually going to happen?
Anywhere.
Is that actually going to happen? I don't know. That should be the answer, but we have a lot of work to do to get to that point.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to get to all the shows for sure, just to have sourcing opportunities.
Yeah.
Local shows too, as Fat Belly saying, vending my local show in 2 weeks. That's awesome. Local shows around me are pretty big. I mean, they're not huge. 100 tables, not bad for a local show at a hotel, just regular hotel. Like that's pretty decent. Some crazy stuff. A lot of familiar faces too at the Collecticons. A lot of people that I see vending the Jersey shows are at the Collecticon. So
I definitely will be hitting the local shows more after some of the findings at that last Collecticon. I mean, it might have been a little bit more because it was the last Collecticon of the year, so you might have seen more of a store presence at that one because of that reason. Yeah, but local shows, I'm gonna try to start smashing on a little bit too.
Yeah,
Morristown.
So yeah, there's a Morristown show. There's a Woodbridge show.
Morristown, like mid South Jersey, Morristown.
Morristown, as in like central-ish, not too far away, closer to the city-ish, kind of. Not too bad.
Stupid Jersey got names that are similar names. I'm talking about Morristown, Moorrestown, and that's South Jersey by where I grew up. So let me see where Morristown is at. Actually, is it more North Jersey? I don't know. I gotta see. They're very, very close in the name.
Yeah, Morristown is by.
Oh, it's definitely New York. Yep, it's definitely.
Yeah. It's right off of Route 80.
Okay.
Towards New York City. It's probably like 30 minutes from the city. So it's not bad. You get a lot of people from the city come to them. So those shows are good. But yeah, I don't know. Trying to think where we are going to segue into now. We talked about Collecticons. We talked about I only care about Bierski's jersey. Yeah, that's going to be. Oh man, that's going to be the first Jersey show. The one in the summertime. The one in November, I'm not going to do anything crazy for, but the one in the summertime, I have the dates already planned out. Doesn't interfere with anything. Charlotte doesn't interfere with anything. I'm very, very happy about that. Super looking forward to Charlotte this year. I think that's one of the better ones to go to every year. Just with who goes there and
Charlotte would definitely be considered a homie con.
Yeah, that's like a homie con. You're going to Wonders. People are going to Rusty's. I think the city itself, where everything is and located, like you can literally walk to everything.
It's not bad.
It's nice. Like I remember when I was there last year, I got Airbnb by myself, and it was a 5 minute walk from the Capitol Grill. It was a 10 minute walk from the hotel. So like it was super nice where I was. It was very
Is,
nice.
is that a chef plug in the middle of the show?
Maybe shout out Chef, Pokey Chef.
Shout out, chef. Yeah.
It's off that exit 80 that's always backed up. Oh yeah, 287. Exit 43. It's a nightmare. Yeah, I drive by it every day. It sucks. Um, my 5 days off of work are done. Unfortunately, I have to go back to actual real work tomorrow, which is sad for me. Been off since Friday, which is good, but we went to Pinkerton's BBQ in Houston, was really good. Yeah, I heard barbecue in Texas is supposed to be fantastic. So
I gotta tell you, man. Now that I think about it, one, I gotta mention this because I just feel like I didn't. Me, Connor, and Larry went to a food hall Friday when we got in for lunch. There's two things I actually gotta mention. We went to a coffee place there that was just, I know, like pinky in the air talking about this, but the coffee was some of the best coffee I ever had. I had a delicious pour over. It was so
my
good.
God.
I'm a snob. You should have seen what Connor ordered. I can't even pronounce it right now. The other thing that was hilarious about this con is right next door there was the international quilters convention. Okay,
What? Dude, people
yo,
with really tough fingers in there, let me tell you.
they would give you a run for your money, Bierski. That's for
Meat
sure.
hooks.
Meat hooks for days.
Old lady meat hooks, though. Quilting.
But the amount of white hair. I mean, I thought I was still in South Florida, because there was just Q-tips everywhere, bro. And the other thing that was hilarious, due to the convention, there the quilting convention, there was multiple stations that looked like used car parking lots of 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 rentable electric scooters.
Jazzy scooter. Nice.
I mean, there was multiple lots of like 100 each.
Think
Just
of all the money they make renting those jazzy scooters out.
oh, dude, it was like $80 for the day. It's a lot.
I'd like to get one just for Collecticon.
It would be kind of nice. Just honk your
Zip
horn everywhere.
around, beep beep.
Yep. But yeah, that coffee and that food hall, I went back and I got another one. It was that damn good. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be here again. I gotta get this. It was solid.
Java likes Folgers. This can't be true. This can't be a thing that's actually happening.
Well,
He does Folgers? Oh no. Are we blowing
hasn't
Java's spot up right now?
hasn't Java said it in the past that tends to be I don't want to say cheap guy, but a guy who pinches pennies a little bit. I mean, Folgers would rank there with the penny pinching of coffee. No hate on Java, but
Nothing a little cinnamon and nutmeg couldn't fix. They had a pregnant women's convention in Chicago next door. They were all hangry AF. At our hotel in Chicago, there was the Chronic Con thrown by Kevin Smith. It was 1 million people dressed up as Jay and Silent Bob. And when you walked to our hotel, all you smelled was weed. It was the most hysterical, like literally just clouds of it. And then someone was smoking in the hotel room. The hotel got evacuated while we were gone. So it literally was like it was just like heavy set dudes with long black hair and trench coats and tall, skinny guys looking like Jay and Silent Bob. It was wild. I wish I was there for the extra day because I would have 100% have gone to that just for shits and giggles. That would have been so funny. But it was literally like adults with their kids standing there, like passing blunts around. It was the most wild shit. And it was in, Chicago. So how far we've come. But yeah, Chronic Con, Chicago. It was wild.
man,
I think Shannon Elizabeth was there. They had like panels of people there. So it was a big thing.
I gotta tell you, bro, if you put yourself a beanie cap on, you might be able to pull off a little.
Noise. Smoking weed, doing blunts.
You might be able to pull a little bit of a Jason Mewes, man.
$15, little man. Put that shit in my
Wow,
hand.
I didn't realize it.
Nah. That's all we got to do. I would 100%. And I'm from Jersey, which is great because it's all based in Jersey.
Yeah, you got the
Um,
language down already. You're good to go.
that's it, my man.
And
My
yes, uh,
horrible
we
accent.
Mr. Chef, we do have to handle. I mean, having Java in the name and not having a good coffee selection is just kind of like a slap in the face to coffee drinkers as well. So yeah, Chef, we maybe talk to Java Kuma a little bit, get his coffee game
The
brought up.
Chronic in Chicago is expensive compared to the Michigan. Yeah, well, come to New Jersey, it's even worse. Let's see. Yeah, I was wondering what Chronicon was. Um, so yeah, lots of shows coming up. Looking forward to everything being actually locked down, starting to figure out what homies are going to where, who's going where. Um, so how do you feel about this boom and what it's doing moving forward for the hobby, dude? Do you feel like this is a sustainable thing that we're living through right now? Do you feel like we're going to get gut checked in a little bit? Is this a small thing that's happening, or are we going to roll with this for 2, 3, 4, 6 months?
If I was to put a time on it, one, this is going to matter too on how some of the sets are received. But just on the outside looking in, is the EV set going to be bad? I didn't know. I cannot think so. But just by seeing what I've seen already, I only actually saw maybe half the all art. That's all I needed to see. I only had time today to look at half. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, clearly, this is going to be awesome. It's not even. It's like, of course. Um, the good thing is you already have a current set EV heroes that you can look at and have and use it as like a chart of what can this do. Doesn't mean it's going to do exactly what Moonbryon and EV Heroes has done. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But like the ingredients are there for
Yeah,
it to go nuts. And then you go into the rocket set and the gym sets, and once again, we've already had trainer gallery cards. Like I have a feeling a lot of the gym sets are going to be very similar to the trainer gallery type of cards. They're awesome. Uh, we sell a ton of ARs on our
yeah,
stream. We sell it. I mean, there's a reason. I was flipping through binders. Like I'm sitting here looking. I'm like, no wonder why people just don't stop buying these ARs up. It's because they're freaking awesome cards. The
yeah,
CHR, CSRs, ARs, they're all awesome. And then of course the wild card I think right now is the rocket set because as of right now we know because that's the one that's after the EV set, correct? I believe that's the order of operations that we're dealing with. February.
yeah. I think it's Eevee and then Rocket, because the
That
Eevee set's not going to come out until what, January for us,
yeah.
beginning of January, and then Rocket's February ish,
Yep.
March.
Yep.
And then you get
So
that gym set coming after that, or maybe another special set in between there. Is that the gym set? We don't know. Like,
yeah, I will say that as of right now, do I have feelings that the rocket set is going to go nuts? Very likely. I do think that that will happen, but there is a chance Pokemon could shit the bed with it. You never know. Small chance. However, if the rocket set is good, we have a long time to go before this hype train comes back down because that's going
yeah,
to be like 4 sets in a row that it's just building on top of each other. Um, especially to going into the holidays with the EV set and stuff like oh my god, like
it's going to be wild.
um, it-
It's absolutely going to be insane. I can't wait to see those cards in person. I can't wait to see the texture of those cards, especially the Japanese side, in person, because they're just insane. The fact that Pokemon Center was releasing mystery boxes with mystery stamped promos that's also sold out yesterday is another crazy thing that's happened.
yeah,
Like, it's a mystery product with a stamp promo, you know, but like it's another Umbreon stamp promo. You got Master Ball Umbreon is on deck. Like, it's crazy what is actually being put out to the consumer right now and how quickly it's being put out to the consumer. I think Jodo just said something interesting. We will see a ton of burnout over the next 10 months. Yes, you will. You're going to see a lot of people come in at a hobby high, and get burnt real fast. and come out. You're going to see people that win really hard and stay around. Um, it's crazy. I feel like you're going to see a lot of that. It's going to be hard to buy every set, multiple sets, multiple booster or ETV cases of stuff from Pokemon Center, and just multiples on multiples. But I don't know. Like, we haven't seen a product sell out like this since Sword and Shield. Um, so it's crazy to see it happening now in this little boom that we got going on called little boom.
Early Japanese 151 got hit pretty hard. Those boxes went up to 180. The two answers that we're gonna need is, what is Pokemon gonna do to fulfill the demand? Are they just gonna keep smacking you over the face of product? Because I do feel like with them owning the printers, and this isn't 2020, we're not held back by COVID restrictions
Yeah.
at some of these places anymore. I believe Pokemon can print their asses off and will if they find it necessary. The issue is, and the question is do they do it? Because you've seen Magic the Gathering. I don't know if you kept up with Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering as a whole has pulled back their print runs, and it's brought back, as well as having good sets, but it's brought back Magic the Gathering in a nice healthy place
Well,
to
yeah,
where
they were
that
killing the
scales happen.
acceptability of that product horribly with the
Yeah,
Amazon dumps and everything. I was watching Rudy through all of that. Um, and it's wild seeing that. I don't think Pokemon will ever do that. I also do not think that Pokemon is not. I think they're running their printers comfortably. They know what they're running. They know what they have. I don't know. Like, they could print a set into the ground, but are they printing sets into the ground? Like, I don't think they want to print a set into the ground. Like, 151 has been eating every little restock, reprint, whatever you want to call it, with grace, like, and asking for seconds. Like, it's not going down. Unless there's something massive that happens. I don't see that
there's
being a
there's a
thing.
there's a little bit of that um, negativity that happens, which on the surface may seem like negativity, but really overall, I would say as a market condition, it's a good indicator. And that's when you start seeing the posts on Facebook, on Reddit, on wherever you may get some Pokemon news from, where people just start complaining about scalpers like crazy. Oh, it's scalper this, and they're not. When you start reading about true collectors again, because scalpers are getting the product first, or you see pictures of a dude in Walmart getting like a whole cart of stuff, getting back in that range. You don't want to be in that fire too long, but it's also not a bad thing overall. Um, eh,
And there was just a video released of people going at it at a Costco or something, tearing like a thing apart, like a display apart, trying to get Pokemon cards again. It's wild what's happening right now.
Yeah, that's the last one. I mean, that one's really, really silly to me because Costco is literally a wholesale like sales place. Like, you go there to buy a shit ton of product. You don't go by
Hmm.
like I don't go by there to go buy like a 6 pack of water bottles. I buy the 36 pack, and I usually buy 2 or 3 cases at a time because I don't want
Hmm.
to have like I'm gonna use the water bottles. I don't want to have to go back. But when someone has a cart full of Pokemon products, like, what the fuck's the problem with that? Like, it's a wholesale place. Sorry if you don't like someone going and buying a whole bunch of stuff, but like
You can go
that's
buy a pallet
literally
from them. Give me a
yeah,
pallet from your back room, and they're like, okay. Like,
yeah. They I've heard that they've actually put restrictions on that now, which is kind of crazy. And I will say, I actually have made an attempt when the UPC was at Costco. If no one knows, you can actually just put a request in through the Costco website. Like, if you want to buy a whole bunch of something, I don't know if you know this, Beerski, but like,
I
I don't know,
don't.
the water bottles. If I want to say, hey, Costco, I need 10,000 water bottles delivered to my house. You can put in a freight request and they'll give you a quote for 10,000 water bottles sent to your house.
Wow.
I did a request. It's simple. You just do it online. It's there. You could just go do it right now. I did a request for the UPCs at the time. They actually denied me.
Hey, listen, you got to shoot your shot, dude,
Yeah, I
for
mean,
sure.
and at that time, those UPCs were on the Costco website for months. They weren't there for a short amount of time and they were just gone. You can get the Mew VPC for 79.99 or 89.99 for forever. It wasn't some scalping type thing.
Yeah. Jodo Jake saying reverting pull rates back to early Scarlet and Violet could be an option. I hope they do not do that. That was the biggest complaint coming out of the gate, was how easy it was to hit cards. And I think that's one of the things that people, complain about. It's a double-edged sword. You're either excited about being able to pull the cards you want to pull, and then you're pissed off that they're worth nothing because everyone else is pulling them. That could also just be a condition of new set, new generation, new rotation, trying to get all of that build up, allowing people access to cards that they need. But I definitely think, and pull rates are going to be like Prismatic Evolution. Just think, like, there's 30 something SIRs in that set. So to pull the Umbreon, you need to be lucky enough, if you're going to pull an SIR, to pull one of the 30 something SIRs that there are. So even if they do up the pull rates and you're pulling an SIR every 25 packs, right? Something like that. And that's crazy. You're still not going to pull the Umbreon. It's still multiplied by however many more times to pull something like that. So I think for that, like, you're going to not, pull rates might be better, but you're not going to see that, not like a 1-to-1 thing where pull rates are better and then you're going to see more Umbreons. It's going to be pull rates are better and you're going to see a lot of, I don't know, what are they going to terrestrialize next? Like terrestrialized Ditto. Like, could you imagine, like, boom, like, that's it, like, and that's what you keep pulling. Like, no one wants to pull that except me. Like, I'd be super stoked to pull that, but I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Ray.
I mean, in terms of pull rates, the only one that I've ever really heard that was like that I heard a lot on, and it's mostly just because maybe I like the set, but Obsidian Flames is apparently super easy to pull. But like, what's the issue with pull rates? I mean, what's wrong with? Is there something wrong with Scarlet and Violet pull rates that I'm aware? I wasn't aware of.
So the beginning couple sets, like Scarlet Violet base, the pull rates were easy. Like, you were getting there, you were getting the cards at a pretty easy clip. At least that's what I remember. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, that
Um,
Obsidian Flames was early, so that would be yeah.
Obsidian Flames, Paldea Evolve, Scarlet Violet base, like, pull rates were, I think, a little bit easier to get some of those cards, and people complained about it. I remember Josh and Retro going over it on one of their Cardboard Hands episodes, and just talking like what the pros and cons were of that stuff. So I do feel like even if they do go back there, if these sets are this big and there's this many SIRs and you got all this, and now you're going to have, Master Ball Umbreons and Espeons and Sylveons and all that stuff. There's going to be so many things from this one set that no matter what the pull rates are, you're not going to get exactly what you want because there's just so much chase to it.
The interesting thing to me about Scarlet and Violet, and I've said this multiple times now on these streams, is that I don't really think in Scarlet and Violet there's been any sets that you look at them and like, hey, you know what? Like that sucks. Like that's a 3 out of 10 set or a 4 out of 10 set. Like really, really bad. I think every one of the early Scarlet and Violet sets up till now have been like solid 7, 8 out of 10 type sets where it's like, you know what, these are good. And there's been some that are better than the others. Like I think Temporal Forces is a great set. And of course 151. But like there's no Crimson Invasions, I don't think, in Scarlet and
Shrouded Fable, maybe.
Shrouded Fable would be the only one.
That would be the one. I think that's the one no one even talks about.
It's real. It's bad.
It's bad. Like, even the ETB is ugly. It's like ooze shit on there. It's like not good. Wow, look at those shorts, right?
Yeah,
Damn.
they just wrote up. Let's just open this
love
Shrouded
it.
Fable pack because I hate this set so much, and I just want to get this out of my inventory.
Oh, pull the hit, baby. Pull the hit. Do it, Ray.
Just do this. You just remind me. I just saw this earlier. I was cleaning it up. What are we doing here?
Toxic Croak, Stretcher, trash.
Oh, did we
trash. Hey, you got a full art. I'll take a full art.
Oh, an actual hit.
You got a hit, man. Look at that.
That's ridiculous. That'll be sold on Shiny Clark's collectible stream coming up soon.
Yeah, the next stream we got.
I just wanted to get rid of that out of my inventory.
That's great. Oh yeah, especially all right. So that's the second part, especially if they can't keep up with the man.
Wait.
Crown Zenith was the one set that was closest to being printed into the ground. Yes, which is a shame. That's my favorite set from Sword and Shield, the Sword and Shield block. I think even though as much as they're printing it and they're print, again, that's one of those sets where there's so much heat and so much stuff to pull that you can print it as much as you want in 10, 15 years. People are going to still look back at that set and go, I want to open that, because you're always pulling something from it. It's fun. It's not as fun as the V-Star Universe. The V-Star Universe pull rates, because that's just like pull, awesome all the time. But yeah, Crown Zenith did get printed a lot. You're still seeing collection boxes come out. So yeah, it was Paldean Fates of all things too, which is wild. That people were tearing shit apart for shiny Pokemon, man. People see or hear shiny Pokemon, don't know what's going on in the hobby, and that's what you get. Hate seeing it in that light, makes me mad. It's embarrassing for us. It's not embarrassing for us, Chef, though. It's embarrassing for the people that are getting in and acting like that. We don't do stuff like that. You won't see me ripping stuff out of people's hands at a, Target or a Walmart or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't have anything that bad.
Yeah, it's not for me.
I'm not gonna fight someone in the store.
No, God no. Like I don't want to do that at all. That and seeing the Pikachu era on the Pokemon Center site. LOL. What are you talking about, Jodo Jake? Enlighten me, please. Son of a Merc. What's going on, Son of a Merc? Prismatic has one of those collection boxes that doesn't come out till September of next year, according to PokeBeach. That sounds very Crown Zenith. They did stuff like that. I mean, you're still seeing boxes come out for Crown Zenith. They had a long roadmap. I can see that happening just because it is Evolutions and they want to milk that as much as possible. I don't know what that's going to mean for packs coming out. Again, it's just a specialty set. So, but again, so is Crown Zenith. So
I would be really interested to see what the Japanese set versus the English set is, because they have a chance, and they probably will neuter the English set where they could dump
English is going to get fucked up with promos. I said it to Java last night. They're going to destroy a lot of those cards with promos.
There's a chance. I'm not going to say the set's going to suck, but there's a chance it may not be the hell flames of what we think it might be, due to them neutering it to put in collection boxes. However, that tells you buy the Japanese version.
From Shiny Cards and Collectibles. Thank you very much.
Yeah, preferably. That'd be nice. But like just like how Eevee Hero, I still think Eevee Hero is just cheap for what it is. You have the best of evolving skies in one box, and it's $300, $350. Doesn't make sense to me.
Could you imagine them taking the Umbreon SAR and making it a promo? Because it's something they absolutely could do.
They could do.
It's not outside the realm of any possibility for them to do some silly shit like that.
I could absolutely see a Prismatic Evolutions EX collection box where you get 3 evolutions in each as a promo in each box, and there's 3 separate types.
Oh man, could you imagine if they did it by generation 2, like first generation, generation 1 evolution box, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, and then they hit you like Gen 2.
You can see it.
Oh, dude, you're saying it right now. My heart's actually dropping a little bit because that is something that absolutely could happen.
Prismatic, hold on. Jojo Jig has Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection launching May 16th, and the Scarlet Violet Prismatic Evolutions Premium Figure Collection launching September 26th. There you go. I mean, it's done. I mean, they're doing it. Like, there's going to be promos in there. They're going to take them out of the English set, and they're going to neuter it. So that just makes the Japanese set much more collectible, in my opinion. But it's people can't read it, so they won't buy it.
That new promo for 151 just
neutered it.
Dude, killed it. $11 card now on eBay. That card is so undervalued. It's stupid.
It's $50. $50 in Japanese.
Yeah, and there you go.
I bought 5 of them.
Which is one of those only things where it's crazy. Like, Japanese wins sometimes, and it wins when that happens. Yep. Like, even my favorite card from V-Star Universe, the Galarian Moltres, like, that's a promo in English. the legendary birds were all promos in English and tins, which sucked because those were fun to rip. And when they make them that readily available, it just kills them. We got Boondock Games. What is up, Boondock? I was lucky enough to meet Boondock in Chicago. Great guy. Tall dude. Really tall. Nice guy, though. Very nice. It was great meeting him there. Do we know how many illustration rares yet? We do not. At least I don't know. I haven't really done a deep dive into everything. I'm just kind of going off of what I've been people.
Guess.
Yeah, go guess for it.
9 at minimum.
Oh, just 9 at minimum. Yeah, that's nice. That's a good guess. I mean, if there's 31 SARs, there's going to be. This could be like the Zenith set where there's just a ton of ARs and stuff like that.
I mean, it's very clear they're looking at EV Heroes and making EV Heroes too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it is. They're saying, let's just do this over again because EV Heroes is stupid. And we'll make a special set with it.
They really changed that with Twilight Masquerade, apparently, but I never ripped, so it doesn't matter. Oh, the pull rates. Sounds overwhelming. Let's see. You just click sticky notes. Drutini, they didn't miss into IRs in release. Only 32 SIRs. Only 32. Temporal Forces isn't great. Yeah, dude, 32. It's insane that there's 32 of anything. That's going to be hard for... Huh?
Just imagine you need 32 boxes at minimum of a Japanese just to get, like, a possibility of one you may want, like 1 in 32 chance to get that Umbreon.
Yeah, and you're gonna pull so many duplicates. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's the Rebel Clash, the Scarlet and Violet. Let's see where we are here.
By the way, it may be. I don't know if I should say this, but like this may be one of those few sets in Japanese where if you are actually able to acquire them cheap enough, like get that distro rate of $30 to $40 a box, like you might make money by just cracking it and hurrying up and selling the singles.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If you can get it at that price and rip en masse and have a ton of singles available, that's a positive EV play. If you can get an MSRP, but I doubt no one like me is going to be able to pull an MSRP off of any of that. Like, especially after seeing Retro's prices on Retro's boxes for that, like his cases. How many come to a case again? 20?
It's
12?
20.
20. Yeah. So I think it was $1,100 case. So they're pricey. They're a little more expensive than what's been coming out recently.
So what, $55 a box? I think that comes out to somewhere around there. Yeah, that's a little bit tougher to pull and try to just sell the singles and flip them really quick. But
yeah,
I would have to say even at $55 a box, if you just open up a full case, you might pull it off. You might plus EV it, man.
Yeah, if you hit what you're supposed to, definitely.
Yeah.
But Japanese aren't. I don't know. They're not going to have the Master Balls like the English set.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting trade-off. It'll definitely be interesting to see where all that's going to be going. Booster bundles don't come out till March. What? This set's going to be wild. It's a slow trickle. I don't know. September has a super premium collection, which you just said. I'm guessing the other pictures on the posters are the Master Balls.
Oh yeah, one of these sets have Master Balls coming in them too. English is getting Master Balls.
Prismatic Evolutions, yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like, dude, you Master Ball Umbreon. Like, think about that.
I got to look at this. I have not seen those Master Balls yet. Do they have them somewhere? Someone kept telling me about it. I just haven't looked.
I don't think the pictures are out for it. Fat Belly, there are 2 Chicago shows. I think there's one in April and one in October, if I'm not mistaken. Just for comparison, the most secret illustration rares in a single SV set have been 9. There's 3 times as many in this set. That's crazy. Yeah, the first one's April 12th to the 13th, and I think the one in October is the weekend of the 13th. Yeah, 11, 12, 13. So, yeah, crazy stuff's happening with these sets. I don't know, man. It's nuts.
We've been just kind of been all over the range of what to expect from this, and I still we kind of landed the plane a little more negatively with the expectation that they're going to promo the shit out of us, which they probably will. But it's still probably going to crush. I mean,
Yeah.
these
Oh,
sets
yeah.
are already sold out. They're sold out of pre-orders. I mean, I,
Sold out of pre-orders. Hold on. They're not only are they sold out of pre-orders, Surging Sparks pre-orders for booster boxes are sold out as well, which is even dumber.
yeah.
Like that
So
makes no sense. You just paid full MSRP on a box that you can get for 110. Well, could get for 110 when it first came out. For a while.
you will get it 110 again.
Again, oh, 100%, especially once people start panic selling because they're watching the prices go.
No, there's a chance that they may not be able to catch up to that print right away, and they could be sitting at 130 to 150 for a while. But reprints will come. Like Surging Sparks is going to get reprinted already. Very clear if they are out prior to it releasing, it's going to get reprinted.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. That's awesome. Hope to see everyone again, meet new people. I'll be at both. Awesome, Fat Belly. Yeah, looking forward to some Collecticons. Anything else, Ray, from your end that you would like to touch before we go ahead and wrap this bad boy up?
Oh, we're done already? Jeez, now I got hurt feelings.
Oh my God! I'm
I
trying to
I
keep
didn't
it between an hour and a half to 2 hours. You're
I didn't
killing
want
me,
to be
man.
done yet. I didn't want to be done yet. I just started drinking, man.
Oh my God, Raymond! I got to get up early tomorrow for work
Oh,
again. It's horrible. Shame
well, you
on
got
me.
it.
Look, making me feel bad. I'm all blushing and hot and sweaty over here now. Thanks, Ray.
Um,
You're funny, dude.
was there anything else that we just didn't touch on with Collecticon? No, but what I will say is we have Whatnot Card Show coming up this weekend.
Yes, this weekend.
Um,
Let me
Beers,
actually pull some of that
Beersky,
up right now.
Beersky and Dan will have some featured shows coming up this weekend for the Whatnot Card Show. Make sure everyone checks them out. Thank you guys for running the shows. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, oh,
When I
dude,
go running
I
the show,
appreciate
keep
you
busy.
you letting us run the show. Yeah, I'll be running mine Sunday. Probably 9 a.m. 9 a.m. start. Just got to change the thumbnail and stuff a little bit. Got to switch that up. To get all the new stuff in it and put some new tags on the show. But definitely look forward to it. I love when Whatnot does stuff like that. It definitely makes it fun. Gets our stuff promoted a little bit more. Get some more eyes on everything, which is fantastic and awesome. So I'm a big fan of that too. Definitely look forward to streaming again on Sunday. Just continuing with the grind, man. Like it's a grind set mindset. It just kind of got to be what it is. Between work and streaming and doing this stuff, it's a lot, but I enjoy this hobby so much. I'm having so much fun doing it. So it's just something I really like to give time to.
Yeah. Right. I'm thinking me and Biersky were discussing prior, but I think we're gonna end up getting Biersky a remix about booster box. He was wanting to run a tag team set, so he'll be running this weekend if you want to see him.
Yeah, man.
Open up some Japanese tag teams, so he'll have that to run. I don't know if we're gonna get anything special for Dan, only because Dan is going to have a lot of cards to run from
Yeah.
Collecticon, so we just push that to where he can have all that inventory. But we'll see. I gotta get that packed up tonight and sent to you so it can actually make the box to you.
I just sent some stuff to Z&G Emporium, actually, too. Trying to move some cards that way.
What did you send?
Sent some stitch cards, some fancy graffiti stuff. Excuse me. I just graded a pristine 10 PSA One Piece promo with CGC, which is awesome to see it pristine. I think it's pop 21 or 22. So I sent that to him to see what that would do. Sent him oh man, Slow King from Southern Islands Japanese CGC 10 and a reverse hollow Delta Species card, CGC 10 as well, Azumarill. So looking forward to seeing what that does. Should be up this Sunday for a week. So gonna definitely be following that. But yeah, trying to get a little liquid. I'm definitely not liquid right now, and it's a problem.
Yep. It's a problem for what we do. For sure, you got to be a little bit
You have to
at
be
least.
a liquid. You can't be a little bit liquid, and I am not liquid at all. I'm like a rock right now, so I gotta figure out what I'm doing here and get some of that going. But that
That
is
is a
what.
good time to plug. Say I did send 30 slabs myself to ZNG recently.
Yeah,
Great service, great dude.
super simple to
He,
send too. Literally
oh
pack
my
them in a
goodness,
box, write your name and your email address on it, and send it out. And then they'll
yeah,
get
easy
back to
mode.
you when. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh,
Sad you let go of the Stitch graffiti cards. Yeah, I even sent that the pristine 10 surfing Pikachu. It sucks, but realistically, like the only time I see them is when I open my Zion case. So I'm not gaining any joy of having them in the Zion case. It's kind of just like, money tied up in something that, as much as I like to have it, it's not helping me right now. Like I'd much rather have that money to put into something that's about to, go a little crazy or speculate in a couple stuff. We got Flippy in here. Hello from space. What's going on, Flippy? So yeah, it sucks that I had to get rid of them, but not even had to. Like I didn't have to get rid of them. I wanted to get rid of them and move them around.
you
So
won't think about it in 2 weeks once you get the cat. Like it's
no, and
once
that's the
it's
thing.
gone.
Like yeah, poof, like that happened. Someone's gonna enjoy that card more than I was. Hopefully. At what price point is it worth to send the Z? 100. You make 88%.
Yep.
88%. Am I right? Maybe it's a little lower than that. It's still better than what you're gonna make doing the card on your own, and selling it through yourself. Like it literally makes no sense to sell your own cards on your eBay now unless it's under $100 or you're trying to build your brand up. I think that's essentially what it is. Like Z can get you like Z's prices on eBay are so good that Dan's not doing it anymore. Like he's moving away from that and going to Fanatics is what I think he said in one of his episodes. So yeah, Jake is sending his Sword and Shield collection to James. LOL. So yeah, it's one of those things where like he's got such good, like you make I think 93% on something over $1,000. It's just ridiculous, like what he can get you, and no hassle for you. You don't have to worry about returns. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's just all done by James.
It's
So
very, very simple thing. Over $100, and you don't do any work, and you get more money.
yeah,
Send it to James.
that's it.
That's it.
And I always just like, oh, I'll just sell my own cards. So I'm done. Like I have a couple cards up on eBay. I'll sell raw on eBay still because I feel like raw on eBay does very well, depending on what you have, obviously. But some things do very well there. Yeah, here you go. I'm not even going to list the big cards anymore. I'm shipping them to James LOO when I come across them or grade them. Yeah, it's just not worth your time to list, your time to answer messages. Your time is everything, and James pays you more for his time than you can get with your time.
There is a caveat to it, in which case, if these are for auctions.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean if something is valued over $100, be careful because something could be just shitty to auction no matter what. You
yeah,
know,
and then
your
you'll get
your niche Mew promo that someone would earn in a tournament from 2005 that no one knows about it from the black and white era is probably not going to do well.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
no, absolutely. So yeah, that's the caveat. Um, I do feel like right now is the time to be setting though, especially selling to the hype, um, and not when stuff starts to cool down. So that's why I kind of finally decided to make if they're going to do it now, now's the time to do it. There's a lot more eyes out there, a lot more people looking at stuff right now. So I'd rather have the most eyes on it now while we're on the up. Even if stuff continues to go up, I'm happy with what I get, where I get it.
Other things.
Yeah. So let's see. James is eBay now. Yeah. Let's see. Son of a Merc. Yeah. Right. So, all right. With that all being said, I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight, taking your time out of your Tuesday night, election night. I hope all of you on the East Coast have voted. I hope all of you that aren't on the East Coast, if you haven't voted, you will go. Please vote. I don't care who you vote for, just go do it. It's what makes us us. So let's keep on rocking that. Yeah, America. I hope everyone has themselves a good night. Thank you, Ray, for being here tonight. I appreciate it. The much needed, long awaited episode. Cheers. There he is, finishing that claw. No laws when there's claws. Yeah, appreciate you. Please check us out on Shining Cards and Collectibles on Whatnot. I will be linking stuff down below. I'm also going to probably try and figure out how to do affiliate links finally for my thing. So I can put down there the extra $15 that you can get, referral code. If you have not signed up for Whatnot, if you sign up through this code, you will get $15 to spend on a stream. So definitely look forward to putting that up, getting that started. But thank you, everyone. And thank you, Ray. And we'll catch you on the next episode, guys. Have a good night. Peace.